In chapter 259 of My Hero Academia, we get a glimpse into what the heroes have been preparing for during the 3-month time skip. We see a group surrounding Shiga Maruda at the Jakku Hospital led by Endeavor, as well as another group surrounding the Leader's Mansion led by Fat Man, Midnight, and Gang Orca. We also now know that Endeavor knows that Hawks is the inside informant to the Paranormal Liberation Front. The final scene is Endeavor closing in on Shiga Maruda. So the questions that I have for this chapter were, first off, I got the impression that Endeavor didn't trust Hawks, or didn't trust that mission. So is Hawks trustworthy, or am I reading into that too much? The other question was, who is the warper person that they kept talking about? I thought they had Aizawa's buddy in captivity. So is there another warper, or did that guy get loose? And then Shiga said that there was a month left before the transformation was complete. So how will this impact Shigaraki's transformation if they get to him in time? And then the last question was, why is Kaminara and Tokiyami in the front lines of the hospital group? And because they said that they were going to keep them in the front lines and then push them to the back. So what importance do they have in that mission? So...
Nice.
So whatever you guys think, please comment down below so that, we can hear your guys' opinions and better tailor our discussion. So
shout out to Jay Sale.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Sale
for that comment.
Yeah.
See you.
So I got the impression. So we'll go back to the first question of Endeavor knowing the identity of Hawks is. Like I said, I got the impression that he didn't trust it. But he also did. He said, "I got everybody ready, Hawks." So it seems like he does. But I mean, Endeavor, he's kind of a crazy guy. So, like I said, am I reading into this too much?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to begin with, Hawks' identity was top secret as a double agent, so he was able to communicate that to Endeavor with double speak and everything. But he, I guess, Endeavor didn't really know for sure until now. And even for a while, we didn't know. We were going back to this last week, but we didn't really know for a while where Hawks' true loyalties lied. But I think at this point, it's pretty clear he's on the side of the heroes, and he and Endeavor now are completely on the same page. I think the only thing that I'm the unanswered question is Best Jeanist. There was just a random panel with that where Hawks pretty much what did he attacked him, right? It almost looked like he used that as his test to get the League of Villains to trust him. So that's the only thing where I'm what's going on there? Because Best Jeanist, it looks like he was either dead or pretty close to death for whatever Hawks did to him. So, but other than that, Hawks seems like he's definitely working for the greater good.
Yeah, I think Endeavor's attitude and thinking, because I kind of see where you're coming from, Xander. He seems apprehensive to trust Hawk completely or totally believe in this plan, but I think it's really just uneasiness or uncertainty about the plan succeeding or even occurring. That's kind of why he's well, I got everybody in place. I did what I was supposed to do. Let's see if you follow through.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm just kind of in this 50-50 where it could be Hawks could be back, because what DJ said, I think he killed Best Jeanist, because I thought he had to deliver his body to the Paranormal Liberation Front. So I mean, who knows? They could make a Nomu out of him, or whatever, because we've seen the people that have been killed, just like Aizawa's buddy. They killed. He was dead, and then they brought him back to life as a Nomu. So could they potentially bring Best Jeanist back as a Nomu? So, right? Am I wrong that he was delivered to the Paranormal Liberation Front?
I don't remember that.
I think so. I mean, they definitely. I think they at least showed him the body or something, because that was how he got their trust to begin with.
But he's for sure dead, Best Jeanist?
Well, no, we don't know. I don't think it's confirmed, because we saw Hawks is he's playing 4D chess right now. He could have somehow faked this. Best Jeanist could be somehow in on the whole thing. That could be a twist that comes up later on. That it was actually Hawks and Best Jeanist who were working together on this, or maybe he was just a sacrifice. Maybe Hawks was and the commission were maybe we're we're never gonna this is a huge threat, and we're gonna have to do some Black Ops stuff to
exactly
infiltrate.
Yeah, like the only way that they're going to believe that I'm actually a part of their group is if I take out a hero that is significant enough that they are going to say he wouldn't have just done that. He wouldn't have
Yeah.
done that just to get in here, you know.
But I'm
That's
going to
such
say
a
I don't think
saving
he's dead. I don't think he's dead though.
And
I
he
mean,
might have been doing something else. There might be a deeper backstory with that too. Like maybe Hawks found out he was doing some shady stuff on the side as well, and
Yeah.
so
Dude,
you know,
Could be. Could be.
yeah, because we don't know a lot. There's not a lot of facts surrounding that. I'm sure there's something deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's been a 3 month time skip, so there, a million and one things could have happened in that time. So okay, and so then I guess the next question that I had was, so like, who is this person to warp them? They said that they need to control the warp guy, and that they have him under control at the hospital, or they think they do. So, do you guys think that this could be Aizawa's buddy that died a long time ago, or do you think it could be a Nomu or somebody different?
I thought they were implying Aizawa's friend that we had already seen. I thought they said like we have him like under control, but he would be the biggest threat. But we've kind of neutralized that at the moment. But I don't know. I'd have to go back and reread if you caught that. Maybe I'm missing.
I think it's just a random warper inside of the Paranormal Liberation Front. Because I mean, they've got so many people with all
now
sorts
that
of
they're
different quirks.
combined. Yeah.
So that they're just trying to like give some perspective on, they have so many different assets right now that when so many people that of course they're going to have someone with a warp quirk. Like, of course they're going to have someone with some capability to get them out quickly. Like with all the planning and everything that's going on in this, they couldn't not have a person like that.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the point of that. Is like that's like a family of quirk we've seen before with that many people and that much planning involved. There's no way they wouldn't have someone like that. So this is just like a way of staying consistent with the plot to say like, hey, we needed to neutralize this guy before we could like make any move, because this is a really dangerous group they're dealing with.
I have to reread that then. I missed that.
That was my take at least. I mean, because Kurogiri, he's been locked up for like a long time.
Maybe I misread that then, because I thought they were referring to him, but then I completely misread those few that panel with him.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I mean, it's just kind of emphasizing that they're a really powerful organization, that they have lots of contingencies and lots of assets.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, and so and then the next question was, so Shiga said that there was a month left before the transformation was complete. So how will this impact Shigaragi's transformation? And so, because I think that, right, so he's got a month left. He was all happy about that. And so, I mean, will he kind of have like half of All for One's abilities? But they didn't mention that he's getting All for One's abilities. He's getting like, it's like a boost in his power. So will he just have like strong powers or what?
I think this kind of goes back to what I was saying last episode when we were talking about Shigaraki. I do think there's a plan for Shigaraki to be a villain that continually comes back stronger. I think by them disrupting this right now, we're going to see Shigaraki that's maybe at like a 70%. And this leads me to believe that the heroes will beat them this time. And maybe we don't see this dark phase just yet. Like Shigaraki is going to come back stronger than if they're already setting the scene now that he's not at his full potential already. Like if this all goes right, because I mean, we have no idea where this is going to go. This could be disrupted, and by the next time we see Shigaraki, it could be a month where whatever happens. But if this is getting disrupted, if their plan is disrupted now, then I think there's going to be another Shigaraki fight.
I mean, the only thing that makes me still like, I'm still leaning towards the Dark Age theory. I mean, we've seen Shigaraki, like there's been several of his iconic, like power up moments, his Super Saiyan like Goku moments, where it is almost directly connected to his emotional reaction. He will he realizes we're losing, like how could we be losing, and he starts freaking out, and powers explode. I mean, I could see this being one of those like classic manga scenarios. Guys, getting powered up. He's almost there. They break in. Everybody almost is celebrating already. Like, awesome, we got here in time. We can beat him. And his realization of the fact that he isn't going to get that all of the power that he was supposed to, or the fact that he's going to realize they're, cutting this off in the middle of the process will have him, flip the out. And I mean, I don't know how else to put it. And like, I could see that kind of being that catalyst that like we see, oh shit, this is how powerful he's gotten. And he's not even at 100%.
I could see that. Or I could see like also similar along those lines, like maybe he is able to fully grasp whatever powers he's getting right now in that shorter amount of time. And that can then underscore how much of a threat he is. That, like they expected it to be 4 months, and then Paranormal Liberation Front is kind of like holding them off, trying to fight back, just getting to the point of despair. And then boom, anime entrance, except it's the villain this time.
Ooh,
and he's already mastered the power, and he just comes in and wrecks everybody. Now, I mean, of course, I think he still has room to grow. I don't think whatever he's getting right now is by any means anywhere close to his full power for the series. And I also think, my guess is that he's not getting all of All For One's powers right now. What I think it is just All For One set aside a large number of quirks for him or something like that, and they're trying to pretty much give him the power of a Nomu without actually turning him into a Nomu, which is why I think the process takes so long, because it's not just being forcibly transferred to him.
Makes a lot
I think
of
it's
sense.
being done slowly and methodically in order to, and this is what the Nomus are for. They're
Yeah.
researched for this point where they can turn a person into a Nomu while keeping their humanity.
And we know that like the Nomu, they look the way they do and they turn out to be those mindless things because of the fact that they're given all these quirks and their body and brain aren't able to, I guess, process it and not let the quirks, I guess, overwhelm them or mutate them.
Yeah.
So that would make a lot of sense. I like that.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, it's so I don't think we understand the full process of what it takes to become a Nomu, because we saw in that one factory where All For One and All Might had their final showdown, and they were just like in baths or like in cryo tombs or whatever.
They're in vats.
Yeah, vats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so is Shigaraki in one of those, or is he going through a different process?
I don't mean to interrupt you. Just like I think we saw like the last panel of him. He was in some kind of like medical bed with a bunch of like wires going near him. Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah, so I mean, I think you got to assume that like a quirk would be, if you were getting scientific about My Hero, right? It would be something with their in their DNA. Their DNA would be constructed with this quirk, and forcibly interjecting a quirk would be the equivalent of like the process of like DNA testing in our world, right? Like they would be messing with genetics and doing things like that. So I guess doing all that to the Nomu would genetically alter them. And in this sense, if they're trying to be more precise about it, that's why it would take longer with Shigaraki, because you're trying to keep him the same while altering his DNA and injecting those quirks into him to where he can use them,
That sounds like good science.
Thank you, Dr. Bentley.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so the little bonus question I got. So in the picture of the room going to the secret room, we saw the little Nomu. Do you think that Nomu is gonna, become big Nomu, or like
baby Nomu?
I feel like it's gonna throw a wrench in their plans.
Did they give a dog a quirk? Is that what happened? Like,
well, it just what the hell? What the hell was that little thing?
What if it's like a baby or something? I don't know.
Oh, DJ! Oh my god, dude, you're probably right.
A child. Like
a little child.
Dude, what if it's the doctor's child? What if he did that to his own child? That'd be a crazy mad scientist.
Full Metal Alchemist twist.
No, okay,
exactly.
hold up.
It's exactly. I was like,
so I'm looking at it right now. So it has like cat. It looks like pig ears or cat ears. So it's definitely an animal, but it's just a ball
maybe they gave them
with like
animal.
little. Hold on, it's a ball with little feet with sneakers on, and then a bone tail. And so, like I'm telling you, I feel like this thing is gonna cause a lot. I think it's gonna cause a lot.
Over here looking at the mini Nomu like, this is where All for one, or all for one's gonna be.
I could see there being a transformation at play in that, like later on, like him
because-
just transforming into some big thing.
Because you have to think that it's because it's the Doctor's like personal Nomu, and who knows? Like we see these things have been emotionless, but there was the one that was the one that Endeavor fought. It's just like, I just want to kill, kill, kill. Well, this one is like has a smiling face looking up at the Doctor, and like, what if it has like this immense sense of love for the Doctor, so that once the Doctor gets put in harm's way, it flexes, dude. Like
I like it. Yeah.
I like that. I am honest. I personally am more on the side of that just being one of many, work monkey animals for the Doctor. Like I'm guessing that there are hundreds of those Numus, and those things are not smart. I'm betting.
But what if there are hundreds of those little baby Nomus and they form like some Ultron Nomu?
Oh,
right?
Voltron. Voltron. Bro, that would be such a good crossover episode.
So yeah, because it has like a little bones like spine sticking out the back. Like, what if that like attaches to another thing? I agree with that.
Okay.
Xander,
Now we're getting out of hand now.
Tinfoil hat.
Okay, mark my words. That little dude's gonna pop off. I'm telling you.
I agree with that. I mean, I think by his own strength, though, I don't think there's gonna be any combining or fusion going on or anything like that.
All right.
It's not gonna be like Jotek's Nomu. It's gonna be just.
Okay, so the last question I had was, so why is Kaminara and Tokuyami in the front lines of the hospital group? It seemed like they have a more important role, but what could their roles possibly be to be like so young yet in the front lines? And it seemed like they had a critical part to the mission, to the start of the mission at least.
It's BS character development. That's all it is. It's like the author wants us to care about these side characters, so he hasn't paid attention to them in a little bit, so he's giving them a little tidbit.
And
that is all it is. It's going to be important, but it's going to be contrived. Yeah.
We'll see. I guess we'll see if it becomes more important as it plays out. Like, it's either going to be real important with some big thing, or it's just going to be like DJ said.
You just had to give him a cash grab.
So I feel like Tokuyami will have more of a character development, or like, who knows? I
take that back. I did not mean to say that about Tokuyami. All right, I was talking about the other fodder characters. He's dead. Right.
I mean, well, that's the thing is Kaminara could pop off. It's just like, but I do agree with you. I think that we haven't seen them a lot lately. They've been kind of underplayed, except for Tokuyami. I feel like he's had like a chapter or two to himself.
He killed one of the League of Villains people. He's one of the few characters. He just ate the guy, or Dark Shadow did. But that was wild.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. We shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I can't.
He's not fodder. He's not fodder.
Kaminara. With you, Deej.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kaminara. Like, so do you think any characters are gonna die? Will we see the first 1A class 1A student die?
No.
I don't know, man.
Someone else, maybe.
Shigaraki's involved. I don't think
have to be 18
until Shigaraki's involved,
or until they're 18. I mean, I don't see him killing kids, dude.
Maybe later, yeah, not now. Like, it'd be like Naruto, like Great War type thing.
Exactly. Like the people dying are going to be adults.
Neji was only 16 when he died. They were killing kids in Naruto.
Yeah, I mean,
Neji wasn't 16 when he died.
I mean, Anakin killed kids.
He could have been 18.
Anakin killed kids.
Because Naruto was 16, so Neji would have been 1 year older, right? So he would have been 17.
So he was still a minor.
He could have been 18.
Guys, Neji died during the Great Ninja War.
Yeah. Naruto was 16 when he defeated Pain, and it was his birthday during the Great War. So Naruto turned 17 during the war. So Neji could have been 17, 18 because he's a year older.
I thought Neji was several years older.
All right, we're getting so far off.
Sorry.
Okay, so we think Tokuyami is gonna have a big arc, and we think Kaminara is just cannon fodder.
No, he's gonna have a big arc, but it's gonna be meaningless. It's gonna be stupid just to give him attention, that's the difference between Black Clover and My Hero. It's like My Hero, they force these side characters who don't care on you, but like Black Clover, they're actually cool and they like work together and they like they're more than the sum of their
because
parts.
he's consistent with the character development, and he's like very proportional versus. He's very proportional versus My Hero. Like My Hero, you can tell sometimes he's just. I haven't talked about these guys in a while. I got to give him a plug.
Exactly.
Just toss in a little reference here.
But
Yeah.
I am very excited to see Tokoyami because he's just so dope. He's the best side character in Class 1.
Okay. All right. So I think that's all the discussion that we have for My Hero. So don't forget to like and subscribe and to let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. And so we can, and next chapter, hopefully we'll get to see what happens with all these characters and, how this whole big battle will unfold. Hey guys, thanks for listening to another episode from Off the Stoop. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more epic content as we dive deeper into these chapters. You can follow us at Off the Stoop on our socials to see funny memes and to also know when our videos go live. Thanks and have a great day.